Dear God and guiding spirits, angels of light and love, guide me on my path to my highest good. It is with great joy and curiosity and a sense of playfulness and fun that I embark on this second of the Enter the Mandala project painting. This is about the law of vibration. It's the second law. The first one we did was the law of divine oneness. And now I'm asking for guidance to understand and visually represent the law of vibration. And as I did last time, I'm going to start with a spirit calling card reading, and that will set me off on my visual journey that I will be sharing with you here in this recording, which will lead me to creating a painting. And I look forward to it. I have no idea where this is going. That's part of the beauty and the fun of the intuitive painting process. So I'm using again my left hand to pick 5 cards with my eyes closed. This is basically the hand of the subconscious so that I don't get in my own way. And quickly with these 5 cards, I'm going to make a sentence that feels right. I've got the card begin, change, color, express, harvest. So begin to harvest change by expressing color. Begin to harvest change by expressing color. Well, that feels like the right order right there, and I'm just going to go into tuning into what that might mean in terms of law of vibration. Begin to harvest change. Harvest is something that you seed. It's the rich agricultural ground. You're able to harvest based on what seeds you plant. And by expressing color, to me color is light. Light is color. Everything has color. Everything has light. Everything has vibrations and energy. And by expressing that color, by being in a certain level of vibration, whatever that might be, whether you're emitting good vibes or if you're in a space of bad vibes, you begin to harvest change. And so this is almost jumping into the law of attraction, which is very, very linked with the law of vibration. And from my understanding of what I've read so far about both the spiritual and the scientific points of view on the law of vibration, is that absolutely everything, whether it be something solid like a table or the wind or a dog whistle or even consciousness, this has all been scientifically tested as well as having a spiritual basis. Everything has vibration. Everything is in movement. Even in 2014 they discovered something called the God particle. That's the common name for it, the God particle, where at the very littlest point within everything, there is movement as well as, every point in between. So that although we are perceiving things as solid, they are not. So whether we're talking about beliefs, whether we're talking about objects, whether we're talking about thoughts, this all emits a vibration. Everything is in movement. And so my reading here I'm seeing is that by beginning to harvest change, is in our lives we are able to change the things that we harvest, the things that we bring, the things that we attract into our lives, basically based on the colors that we are expressing, the light energy, the vibration of what we are. And so that's a bit of a jump from the law of vibration to the law of attraction. So I am now going to go into what I call my visual guided journeys, and this is the images that come to me when I close my eyes. They're like little movies that invite symbolism that I can work with in my paintings. So we begin with that beautiful image that I have always liked of the ripple in the water when you throw a pebble and the ripples go out. And I am just looking at these ripples in this beautiful pale blue water reflecting the clouds above. All of a sudden my spirit is shot straight up above the clouds, very much reminding me of my airplane ride back to St. John's yesterday, where when you're above the clouds, no matter what the weather below, it's always sunny. Of course, course, if it's daytime. All right, so where are these images going? Where is the movie going? I'm being asked to slow down. I'm being asked to breathe. I'm being asked to not try to force this. I'm seeing a swan with a very, very long neck that is half black and half white in beautiful spiral shapes. The swan has her neck or her face reached up to the heavens, reached up to those clouds where the sun is coming through, and she's singing the most beautiful song, more like a human song than a swan song. I have to look up what swan song means again. Oh yeah. And she's getting up on her little feet and dancing a ballet. We're in the Swan Lake, so we're on the stage now. The ballet dancers fluttering when they're on their little tippy toes. You know, even if they're meant to be standing still, they're not. Everything's in vibration. The feathers on their costumes are slightly vibrating with the wind. This ballet almost becomes like a funnel in a tornado, but it's not a dangerous type of feeling. It's a funnel of color. It's a funnel of light, and it's going through the roof of the theater where they were performing, and up again into those clouds. The clouds are being shown to me over and over again. Beyond the clouds, into that sunny space. My whole body is sort of going in circles right now. As I'm sitting in this chair, I'm almost dancing. Just kind of a vibration, a beingness, a dance. And from this funnel, there are lots of birds coming out now. We're talking all shapes and sizes, all sorts of songs. These birds are flying around the planet in various circular formations, similar to those ripples in the water as that pebble had been initially dropped. That pebble reminds me of the seed of the harvest. In the initial reading, the Spirit Calling card reading, I'm seeing this color going around and around. There's not a lot of movement. There's constant movement, and yet there's not a whole movie scene yet developing here. The trees are swaying in motion with the birds, and so are the high skyscrapers in the city. They're all waving back and forth. The houses below. Everything is in unison in terms of, it doesn't seem chaotic. Everything is swaying and with the same sort of vibration, the same movement, the same ripples. There's harmony, there's alignment between all the shapes. In between objects, I see wind, I see it. I see sound, those songs of the birds. People walking below, listening to their headphones, and they're also swaying. Everything is swaying in motion. I felt my body just sort of sink into my root chakra. Before that, my attention was higher. Now it's gone straight to my root chakra. We're back thousands of years. I see people, almost cavemen in their appearance, crouched on the ground. And from each of their root chakras seems to be a cord of energy pulled to the center of the earth. And now that earth has gone upside down. It's more like one of those swinging pendulums, where you bounce one ball and it hits the others and none of them move, but the last one does, back and forth. These are these cavemen. And from their hands, things are dropping into the universe. From the clubs to the catches that they had hunted that day. Of fire, sound. But below is the actual cave. The caves that were beside them have plopped below into this sort of void of space and have become more receptacles, so that everything that is being dropped down is landing into the mouth of these caves, so that they become like bowls, receiving. And indeed, these bowls are now being taken up by hands of modern people. I'm getting a sense of history here, basically, that the vibes that were emitted from the original people and what was being created not only affects the present, but also affects the future. I'm seeing people in Asian countries right now, picking up what's in these bowls, like eating rice with their hands. So we're not talking necessarily in this particular time, but we're jumping from back and forth. I went from Asian countries to African countries. I'm seeing the tall ships. I'm seeing, the era of Columbus coming to North America. I'm seeing the native people here, ancient times, the freedom, the connection with nature. There's this sense of peace that I'm feeling. It's almost as if I'm being shown a movie, but it's more of a song. There's this flowing sensation, a harmony with nature, harmony with each other, breathing, and with every breath, more ripples around the planet, as if it was, again, the ripples of that pebble in the lake, in the water. I'm seeing several people around a birthday cake blowing the candles out. And from their pointy, shiny hats, they're like radio towers emitting waves into the atmosphere. And the more celebration, the more peace there is around the planet, the more the trees are growing taller and taller. And in those trees are now little beings, more of the fairy kingdom. And the sensation I'm getting is that of the elves in the North Pole getting the letters, the wish letters, from, when children write letters to Santa Claus saying what they want. It has that feeling, but this is not what I'm seeing. And these little fairies are in trees, these tall, tall trees that are reaching up to the heavens, collecting all the vibrations from around the planet through time. And that time, those vibrations, the colorful funnel from originally at the beginning of this lecture, of this reading, those are the same that mark the rings within the trees. Every tree has, the spirals of time within it as rainbow-colored rings. As these fairies collect the vibrations of people, of things, of homes, of animals, of the plant kingdom, of everything, they're collecting this information and they're sending it back out into the world. What I'm seeing is very, very much not like a static image. It's like everything has millions of lines of vibrational energy of different, some are, small, some are big, but everything is moving, the entire planet and everything in time. Everything is moving. And that's what I'm going to work with on this painting. Let's see where it goes from here. I hope you've enjoyed joining me on this little journey, and let's see where it goes. Thanks.